Jazz pjevačica Deborah Brown bila je specijalni gost Lynn Ariel Tria na drugoj večeri Jazzarele. Ova izvrsna pjevačica nam je u ekskluzivnom intervjuu otkrila da ubrzo namjerava ponovno posjetiti Hrvatsku.
How you like this concept of Jazzarela, all-woman jazz festival? I mean, it's first time.
Oh yeah, it's really a great idea, and to pull so many important women from the jazz world into this, it's remarkable. It's unique.
How do you like city people?
Well, the city's beautiful because there's so many parks, and it's just very soft in a way here. It's much different than I expected, because of course we've been seeing, you know, the war and everything. It's really a nice city, and people are very proud of their city. And everyone looks very nice, very well dressed.
Oh, thank you. Since when you are singing with Lynn Ariel Trio?
This was actually our first time playing together.
It was great.
We had a really good time. Now, I had her CD at home. When I found out that I was going to play with her, I thought, you know, boy, I know that I know this. I know her. And my husband said, yeah, you know what? We do know who she is. And I thought, yeah, that's right. We have a CD of hers. So for me, this was a good thing. She's a great pianist. This Lynn Ariel is doing very well.
Sarah Morrow said that jazz musicians have better opportunities in Europe than in the States nowadays.
Well, you know, it depends on what you consider a success. Where I come from, Kansas City, the musicians are working all the time there. But there are some cities where there is no, no culture, and maybe one or two jazz clubs. And naturally, if you're going to have a city full of jazz musicians, it's going to be pretty awful there. So you have to move. And in New York, it's always been traditionally difficult to get work there because you're competing with the best musicians in the world. But you have to be a jazz musician and know that it's an art form, and it's not about getting rich, because you wouldn't choose jazz. Not that you can't get rich in jazz, because some people are rich in jazz, but it depends on if you want to make it really an art form, and really if you love the music and you do the best that you can, then what I've always learned and what they've always told me and what I believe is that cream rises to the top.
You were born in Kansas City, like a great Charlie Parker. It seems that Kansas City is a good place for jazz roots.
Well, growing up in a place like that, this is the way in order to be able to understand jazz. Then, of course, you have to check out your history, too. But then you'll have other musicians that are there that play that style. And it's what it feels like. Nobody can tell you what kind of bath water you can get into. When you get in, you know it's perfect for you. You know, and that's the same way it is with jazz and different styles of jazz music. It feels different to everyone when you get into it. Well, I was glad I was raised there, because very young, there was a lot of musicians that knew and played with Charlie Parker. The way that the feeling of the drums is very different in those days, you know, in that kind of a feel. Difficult to explain, but the drums has a lot to do with the style of music.
I must admit that the audience was very warm to you, and they were very happy. So is there any possibility to see you again in Zagreb?
Well, I'm hoping so, because there's going to be something happening here in November, and maybe I can come back and bring a big band with me. I think that would be a nice experience for Zagreb. So I'm looking forward to coming back, even if it's not in November, at some point in the future, because the audience was great. We had a good time.
Thank you.